Hey guys, Kevin here, Texas Veteran Power Outdoors. So I have an old 1950s McCulloch Mac 15, and one of the problems we've been having is this cord, the pull cord. You pull it up, sometimes it doesn't wind back up. So we're going to show you guys how to replace it with this guy, and we're starting right now. So in our Mac 15 here, the pull assembly spring, or the starter spring, is kind of wore out. It's kind of bent. It doesn't want to keep its shape. So when that happens, the spring can't work properly to pull the cord back in. And sometimes what was happening is when you pull the cord, it just, the spring in there is kind of popping out of the little area where it's supposed to be in. So we're going to go ahead and take that off now. Okay, I think we take this off here. Before we put that back on, we will have to take this cover off because there's some nuts in there that keep this part of the cover on. But that's alright, we'll deal with that in just a bit. It shouldn't be too hard to replace this. I've taken the spring out before and put it back in before to try to see if I could get it to do right, but it just doesn't want to. So let's just go ahead and turn these bolts, get them come out. Now guys, this model here wasn't really used by loggers or anything like that, because it's just so, man, it's so darn heavy. This thing weighs like almost 30 pounds. It was built back in the 50s, and it was more of your homeowner's model. It wasn't a hot rod like some of the other ones, like the 1010 and the 700s, the 800s, the 1000s, and the 710 and whatever else. None of those. This was just an 80cc, kind of not terribly sluggish, but it just didn't have that backbone like some of the other ones. But we're trying to get it to run. It does have a little bit of a carburetor leak in it, but I may put a different carburetor on it if I can't get that slow leak to fix itself. It's a gasket is what it needs, friends, and that's what we're needing. I did call one place. It's a Tuttleston or something like that carburetor. They are still in business, so that's pretty cool. I called them. They didn't have any gaskets. So I'll take the pressure off this right here. There we go. This will slide right out. So I may have to find an aftermarket gasket, or maybe buy that material, kind of make my own gasket. I don't really know. It all just depends what kind we are needing. There we go. Or if I have to put a different carburetor on there, that'll fit that. Alright. Okay, there we go. There's a couple nuts here, as you can see. They're in there. I might want to epoxy those in there to where they stay. But the only thing is with that, if you do that, then you kind of have a problem down the road. The only kind of problem you're going to have is what if you need to change them out or something. Alright, let's go ahead and get on into this guy here. this thing off, if you look here, it says turn right, so you're going to turn this right. But to keep this guy from spinning, you're going to take this little opening right here, put it right there, you're going to put a little screwdriver through. There you go. Just like that. That'll keep it from moving. And you'll go ahead and spin it the way it needs to go. And that should get it. Okay, makes the other direction. Let's see. Pretty tight. Oh, son of a bitch. So we got that loose a little bit. So that's going to come completely off. Put this back out. Now, when you take this out, you want to be careful the spring doesn't pop out at you and hit you in the face. So you just want to take your time. See, it's all wound up inside there. See that? It's bad shape. Bad shape. That's what you don't want right there. Just got to take your time. Don't be afraid of it. Just keep your fingers on it, your hand on it. Keep a good grip. It'll undo itself here. There we go. Okay. Okay, yeah, that's why it wasn't working. So we got a new one in here. Now this is brand new, never been used. Right from the manufacturer. So when we put this guy in, you gotta remember when this is on, let's see here. When this is on like this, we're pulling it up this way. Let's see here. So we're pulling it up that way. So we have to remember that when we put that in here. So that means it's going to tighten up this way. So for example, that piece will go into there. So when we pull it, this guy is going to do this right here. It's going to coil that up, and then it's going to want to spring right back. So that's how we put it on right here. So when you put it on, you just want to be real careful, and that you don't knock the safety off here and it just slaps you right in the face, because it will probably cut you up pretty good. So what we're going to try to do is we're going to try to put it in here and lift that up just a little bit and drop that guy right. Actually, we're going to drop that guy in there. This should lift up on its own. Just take your time, guys. Time. Get that guy back in there. Okay, so when we put this guy back on, this little part right here, this opening, is going to catch right in there. Just like that. So just imagine that little hook here is going to catch just like that when it goes down in. just want to watch it down here. There we go. Just like that. So let's go ahead and wind our little guy up here. See? Oh yeah, that's gonna work real good. Alright, let's go ahead and put it back together. And I don't think the Mac 15 will start today because of that carburetor issue. But we'll be able to tell if it works because we'll go ahead and try pulling it, so that won't be a problem. Oh yeah, oh yeah. Okay, let's go ahead and put our screws back on this guy here. I need to go through the whole machine and find out which screws work better in what areas, because some of these threads, you know, are different. I mean, not the threads in the machine, but the bolts that I'm using. But that's what was on the machine when I got it on eBay. So, all right, let's go ahead and get this guy put together here. Let's see here. Put that on last. We're gonna go ahead and actually no, we do need to get this on. Yep. All right. Okay. I like to take this to some type of shop that can just strip off all this old paint and give us something new to start with. Some fresh paint. That way this guy looks really good. Rotate this guy around here to that opening there. Should be okay. Yeah, some of these saws that have been around a long time just kind of have to piece together everything, you know. Got to piece together parts and nuts and bolts, and with the manufacturer not in the US anymore, you know, you got to go online and try to locate, you know, companies that have purchased these different things, or just go to your local store to figure out what bolt you might need on the thread count. And sometimes it takes a couple trips to figure that out. Okay, one more here. The thing about some of these that I have here, the threads don't match up. The nut and the there you go, that will work. The nut and the screw. I don't remember what I paid for this Mac 15. I think $75 plus $40 on shipping or something like that. I think it was maybe right at 100. Pretty good deal, I thought. A little part of history, you know. Okay, now I think we can put it on. You gotta turn it to get it to seat in there just right. This guy, we're gonna go ahead and get going on here to get him started. Put this guy here for a second. Actually, no, let's go ahead and get some of these other ones going here. We're not gonna tighten it terribly tight until we get this one going in place, really. We need to be able to move that. Let's go right in there. One on the bottom we need to do. I know we got another screw. Oh, here we go. Right here. Right here. I know we did somewhere. Okay. All right. Oh, jeez. Get it right here in a minute. Alright, well that nut's too small. Used one of the other ones. Maybe it was this one that I had used. It feels like it. Yep. Get that one figured out. I think this nut is the one we put up here. Yeah. Oh, that was not it either. Dang it. This. Yeah, that's the one. Oops. Oh, there's a nut already in there. Feel like it didn't. this one down at the bottom now. Okay. I think. Oh, good. Let's see how it pulls. Alright, let's see. Look at that. Oh yeah. That's great. That is great. I think the kitties are still sleeping, so I don't want to wake them up. That's exciting. That before we can do that, it would stop. It's hung up, so that works now. So maybe later today or tomorrow, we'll get that guy cranked up. Well, guys, I hope you enjoyed this little video. It's nothing major. Just putting a new one of these assembly springs in. It's pretty much kind of the same process for all the chainsaws that have that type of system in it. I think most of them do. Even string trimmers and things like that, they're going to have something like that. And maybe the newer ones nowadays it's a little different. I'm not really sure. But this will go ahead and work. And then the next time we get around to starting this up, we'll definitely get a video for you guys. But we bought that part on Amazon or eBay. I think it was like $18 or something, a couple bucks for shipping. So for $20, $21 we got that new piece, and before we couldn't start it. So anyways, hope this might help some of you guys out there who have the old McCulloch chainsaws and maybe something like that. You're trying to figure out how to get working again. I'm Kevin with Texas Veteran Power Outdoors. I appreciate you guys watching.